In the past, they've probably told you that to create a resume in Canva or to design a resume, you go to templates, then you search for resumes, then you pick your most preferred option from the list of templates. Now, that method is brilliant, but it is not my ideal method, especially with all of the updates that Canva has made in the last couple of years. And the reason I have an issue with this method is, take for example, you find a template you really like, then you click on it and to customize. However, when you start to edit this template, you realize that you have more text than the originally positioned template. So you start dragging, adjusting just so things can fit. That in itself can make things a bit more stressful than it should be. That's why a lot of people decide that, oh, I'm just going to go try my luck with using Word document. So to avoid that, I have a totally different method. It's not just easy, it is also very fast and very, very efficient. Let's get into it. What you want to do is search for doc on your home page. We're going to be using Canva doc for this process. Now you can pick a template, but I would advise against it because the template are not specifically made for resumes. Instead, I will create with a blank template and I'll get started. I'd like for you to design alongside with me so you have the right questions to ask in time and you know what to do and you can follow along more closely. Now, this is my template and this is what I have. So, what do we do from here? You can decide to start typing in manually, but I would advise against it. The point of using Canva is to make your work faster and easier. So, what I would do instead is I'll click on Magic Write. It's an AI tool, and I will give it a prompt of what I want. I'll put the prompt in the description of this video to create a clear and clean professional ATS-friendly resume template. This prompt does not have to be perfect as there's room for you to make adjustments. Once I'm done with my prompt on the things I want to see, I wanted to have the education section, the skills section, the work experience, and certifications. If you have a lot of experience, it makes more sense for you to start with your profile summary, optional, then your work experience, then every other thing. But if you have little experience, little work experience, then it makes sense for you to highlight your skills, your before your work experience, or your education, and any other thing you think you have that may support your application. So once we have done this, I'm going to click on generate. Once I click on generate, it gives a lowdown of what it's going to present to me. And at the end of the lowdown, it gives me the option to either adjust it that is more like this, or this bot that is, I don't want this, I want something completely different. I can make that adjustment. Afterwards, I click on insert and we have my ready-made template. Now, I don't need this color or design above, so I'm just going to delete it because, in case you didn't know, the simpler your resume is, the better, because much more than the designs and the extra effort, your recruiter wants to see that you are able to do what you say you can do. So this is my format. Now we're going to go in to edit it. If you wait till the end of the video, I'm going to make it specific to a particular job role so you can see how to take advantage of Canva AI. So first off, I feel like the name header is too small, so I'm just going to go in to adjust the name header and make it a bit big. Click on the font number to make that adjustment. Once you're okay with that, you can do same for every other text below. You can change the font, you can change the font size, but try to make it consistent across board. That is, if your body is 12, let it be 12 for every other body section. If your header is 20, let it be 20 for every other section. If your subheading is 18, let it be 18 for every other section. The beauty of using the Canva doc for your resume as opposed to any other ready-made template is that you can easily type and move things around It is so flexible to use, and you don't have to worry about sticking to a limited amount of words or text. Now we're going to go in and adjust everything we need. If you want to add a section, you just need to click on the quick actions, the plus sign, and add or delete the things you don't want. You can add a page breaker, a a divider. You can add a heading, a subheading, a scrollable design. You can add as much as you want or take out as much as you want, depending on what you need. Scroll down and explore this part to see what you really need. That's a divider, that's a page breaker. The page breaker helps you decide where you want each page to stop or start from. I really like this tool because it gives me a lot of flexibility. Now let's go in to adjust our text. You just want to highlight it and edit to the text you want to input. Put in your name. You can change the color, the text, and every other thing, typical Canva way. Just head over to the dashboard above to make your edit. To adjust the color, highlight on the text you want to colorize. Go to your colors and change it to the preferred color. Go to your text color and change it to the preferred color. Let's use blue for now, but it's up to you to decide what works best for your resume. You can underline it. You can do as much as you want. Do, undo, check what is best. You can insert text in between. It is totally up to you. Now, let's assume we want to add a link for our LinkedIn profile or our website or portfolio. What you want to do is copy the link from wherever it is, then come back into Canva. Highlight the text you want to link, then right click and click on link. Paste in the link and click on done. The link has been added. You can change the name from LinkedIn profile to my LinkedIn. You can customize it to what you feel is the best thing to be there. Click on done and it is linked already. You can do the same for your portfolio or any other thing you want to link in your resume. Always ensure that you have put in the right link and the most updated link. Also, if you have links to events or things you've done that could support your application, then you should also include it in your resume. Now that we have that done, let's move to the next step. To fill up the other part of this resume, I'm going to search for an actual job role that exists and try to fill it up so the explanation is clear and relatable. So for this tutorial, I'm going to assume that Sharon Joy is a project manager trying to fill up a resume. So what I do, what you can do is copy the job role, paste it into Magic Write like I showed you earlier, and start to ask specific questions like a profile summary. Although I prefer that you summarize your own professional experience in your own way because no one knows your job better than you do. And doing it with outside of AI makes it more authentic, makes it more human. After drafting it, you can decide to let the Magic Write reward it for you or readjust it for you. So I'm just going to go in and paste in the professional summary. Like I said, there's really no restriction to how much you can type in. Once I have this done, that is stage one. I'm going to go in and fill the other parts. But first, let me show you how I align my text properly. I don't use the left, right, or the center. I use the justified alignment because it just makes your work look cleaner and properly formatted. Also, a quick one before I forget. Supposing your divider lines above are too faint or too small or too light and you want to adjust it, just click on it and go ahead to border lines or border type. Click on your divider, then click on the border style. Then you can increase the stroke, the weight of the border a bit, just so it's thicker. Then you can click on it to change the color right by the side. And it just adds a little bit of life to your design. It's not compulsory, but if it's something you want to do, then you most definitely should explore it. As I mentioned earlier, you can click on Magic Write, paste in the job role, and ask specific questions like what skills do I need to have for this job? Then compare it to the skills that you already have and see the ones that can go into your resume. You can click on generate, or you can do it on a totally different page so it doesn't crowd your existing design. Once I have that, I'm just going to go ahead and put in my skills. To do this, you can easily copy and paste. It's that easy. Next, we're going to fill up the experience section, or depending on what section you want to come next. But before that, remember to align your designs properly. So I'm going to align this to the justified alignment, format it properly. Now, we move to the experience section. But before that, make sure that your font is consistent, your font size is consistent. Another thing you can do is you can highlight a part where you are not so sure of how you phrased your sentence and ask Canva AI to help you either rewrite the text or suggest improvement or turn it into an image. You don't need an image for your resume, so we'll suggest an improvement for this. Once you have that, you can enter it. I forgot to close the comment above there, but once you have that, you can just close the comment by your top right side, right under share. But for the purpose of this video, I just copied and pasted. Once we're done with all of this, we're going to move to the next stages. It is the same process. I particularly like this format because I don't have to worry about where the date is, if it's properly aligned or not, because it will definitely be properly aligned because I'm doing it side by side. You want to fill up these other details to ensure that it aligns with your job experience, your location, preferably that is if you are applying to a different country from where you had previously worked. The process remains the same for your education, your awards, your achievement. I'm going to go ahead and just fill it up. I will put a link to the editable template for this particular template. So if you need it, you can just click on the link and go for it, edit it to suit what you need. And if you want more options, you can visit my Stan store to get other resume templates that you can use or that are fitting for what you need to apply for. Another thing is you may want to put in the job role right below your name. It's not compulsory, but if it's something you want to do, just click on the quick actions, then click on subheading or body. Now put in your text, and you'd see that the gap in between is a bit too much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight the job role and the name. Then I'm going to click on T, which is advanced text, then reduce the line spacing. Once I do that, the words closing much better. Just adjust the line spacing, then click enter so the text below project manager goes down. This is not compulsory, so I'm just going to take it out, honestly, but that's a way to go. And now our perfect resume is ready. It is clear to understand, it is easy to read, and even much easier to format. Now that we have done this, we have to save or export our design. So to do this, you can either export it as a docs, that is a document, a Word document, or in PDF. I prefer to export in PDF because I don't see the point in going again into a Word document to re-edit. You can create your page breaker manually by clicking on quick actions and putting it where you want it to be, but or you can leave it to Canva to figure that out for you. Once all is done and you're satisfied with the way your resume looks, I want you to go ahead and click on share. You can download as docs or as PDF. So click on download, and you also have the opportunity to change your paper size. You can use the A4, A3, or the letter or the legal. I prefer to use the A4 or the letter size, but it is up to you. Once you have decided, you click on download. I'm using the letter size for this. Let's just see what it looks like. Click on download. It's downloading. And in a minute, we get to see our full-fledged resume. This is perfect. It was super easy, super fun. You can try to download with as A4, as legal, as letter, as dogs. Just try it and play around it to know how it fully works. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please share it with someone that needs it, whether it's a fresh graduate or it's someone that is trying to switch career roles, or it's someone that is an executive and just trying to move up the or someone that is just trying to move up the career ladder. Whatever it is, it's going to be useful to someone. So do not forget to share. I will see you in my next video. And you can feel free to send me an email if you would like to ask a question, register for my one on one weekend sessions. I will talk to you later. Don't forget to subscribe. Please don't forget to subscribe, as your subscription is what helps this page grow. Thank you so much. Bye.